give respect to the white man and the system that keep the peace. Parliament building on the hillside, give the people a chance to speak.
Having a man-free home is a flex.
Having no man in your home is definitely not a flex because it is not difficult to obtain. All you gotta do is just not date. It's as simple as that. Viewer discretion is advised.
Having a man-free home is like the ultimate cheat code to life, because imagine getting off of work and you realize that there's no man in your house, and it's calm, it's quiet, it's peaceful, it's clean. Things are where you left them.
What's funny about her take is she called it a cheat code. Something that anyone can do. Like, do you know there's no mandate? It's not mandatory for you to have a man in your house. Why do y'all get on here and make it seem as if y'all have to have a man? Yeah, you don't. And we don't care that you don't want one. Men are better off without women like you. Trust me, you will be doing us the favor. Good riddance. Yes! Plus, I'm really starting to notice a pattern here. Y'all trying to prove to the world that you guys are happy alone because you can't find the man that you want, or the man you want doesn't want you back. True happiness doesn't need to be proven to people. Neither does it require an audience. Great. They see right through you.
You don't have to worry about somebody asking you what's for dinner. You don't have to worry about regulating somebody else's emotions, listening to their stories, because you know men talk and talk and talk and talk and not having to be available to them. And so when you get off work, it's just really all about you. And if you have children, all about your children when your children come home from school, and your dog and your pets.
This absolutely has to be rage bait because there ain't no way in hell. First things first, she described a woman. Women are the ones that come home and want to talk about what happened at work. Men, we're not really like that. Whatever happened at work stays at work. Secondly, she said you don't have to worry about regulating someone's emotions. Plus, you don't have to worry about someone asking you what's for dinner. So if you have kids, do you not have to regulate their emotions? Are they not going to tell you they're hungry? What are we going to eat tonight, Mom? You still end up performing out the same exact duties with children. I swear some of y'all in this logic, boy, I tell y'all, this don't make no goddamn sense.
But life is just so simple when you do not live with a man. Like, I think the best relationships are when he has his own place, you have your own place, and y'all see each other on the weekends.
I beg your pardon?
Just say you want to get crack without the commitment. It's 2025. At this point, it is what it is. If you want to be for the streets, be for the streets. You're not doing us a disservice. Trust me, we'll be perfectly fine. I'm sure there's a gentleman out there willing and ready to crack you for the free. Yeah. Go about this like y'all have to be committed to a man. You don't. It is your God-given right to not exercise that option. But like I mentioned earlier, this gotta be rage bait. I refuse to believe she's really talking this shit and wholeheartedly believing it. But you know what? Like any other video, you ain't gotta listen to me. I'm just a normal guy. Yeah, keep it change.
Michael, what do you think is more painful, giving birth or getting kicked in the balls?
These nuts. What's more painful, childbirth or getting kicked in the balls?
Yeah. Which one is more painful?
I would have to say getting kicked in the balls is way more painful than childbirth.
That is incorrect.
Well, if you look at just history, well, just think of it. You never see a man get kicked in the balls, and then like a year or two later, he's like, you know what? I'd love to get kicked in the balls again.
You know, Michael, that does not mean that it's more painful.
But women, they'll do the things like, childbirth was the most pain I ever had in my life. Let's do that again.
There's like this amnesia that comes over us, you know, and then we're like,
you never forget when you get kicked in the balls. You never forget.
Men don't care if they're not welcomed. They don't expect people to just accept them into a group like women do.
That is correct.
Men live in the real world. Women do not. We live in this play pretend world where we're given more credit for what we actually do than we do.
That is very small.
So I've seen you speak many times about the detrimental effects that all of these things have on men's mental health, and that they have a higher rate of they have how all these things. And so I think that it's really interesting that you care a lot, seemingly, about men's mental health. But then at the same time, you'll say, oh, men don't care if you're mean to them. Men don't care if they're not welcomed. You say all of these things that have an impact on men's mental health. So I think to care about one, you have to recognize how it impacts the other.
What the are you talking about, man?
What I'm saying is men understand that that's the real world, and they know there's nothing they can do to change that. Women go into a man's world and they expect to be given special treatment and privileges.
Is it me or women only match the bad energy?
He is correct.
Like you could go cheat and she gonna cheat back and say, I thought we was matching energy. But when I gave you some money, you ain't give me back. Bitch, match that energy. Every time something bad happens, you wanna match that. When I said we saving money, you ain't wanna do that shit.
You know, recently there's been a lot of articles pointing out how men are far less emotionally intelligent than women and how that's been ruining their relationships.
Oh yeah, you know, I always say the wife's more intelligent than me. What? Emotionally, of course.
You know, it's unfortunate, but it's a department that we lack in. Last week we're at the airport. Our plane gets delayed an hour, whereas my natural instinct would be to say, it is what it is, there's nothing we can do. Brittany had the emotional intelligence to realize this is a big deal. We should be arguing with anyone who will listen, and in general, just going ballistic, regardless of whether or not it'll help.
You stupid.
Anyways, if you want to buy an LED sign for your business, you can start with this acrylic sign.
Look, it's not about whether or not it helps. No. For example, say you plan an outdoor event and it begins to rain. An emotionally unintelligent person like myself might suggest some sort of alternative or contingency, or maybe we'll do it on another day, as opposed to realizing that this is in fact the end of the world and you should be flying off the handle.
Whether you're reading an article about COVID coming back or your Uber Eats driver brings you the wrong order, we as men do not have the emotional intelligence to realize that not only is this something we should be freaking out about, but we should also be becoming actively hostile to others who are remaining calm.
What does it mean when they say, oh, I'm not looking for a relationship, I don't have time right now, but I'm fine with like friends with benefits or something casual?
That means that you don't qualify for a relationship commitment.
But it's true though, they want everything a relationship has to offer, but no title, and you're not allowed to like see other people.
Yes!
Yeah. You don't qualify for a relationship. You only qualify for sex zone. You only qualify to be smashed is what they telling you.
That's mean.
I mean,
how would they feel if a woman did that to them?
Think about it. You do it to them right now because you have those guys in your friend zone and they don't qualify for sex, but they qualify for time, attention, and resources.
Well,
but you're just like, okay, I'm just going to keep you in a friend zone forever. So we could say that that's evil too, because you know their true intentions, but you have ulterior motives to keep them in a certain place and to garner time, attention, and resources.
This motherfucker don't miss. In the heat of battle, he don't miss. No. In the heat of controversy, he don't miss.
To this day!
One of the best pieces of advice in modernity for men, you can love this or hate this, is that generally speaking, taking advice from women about anything is a terrible idea.
What? What women are you around? Who hurt you?
See what I mean? The idea of who hurt you comes down to your blanket idea, your psychological training of trauma. There's not trauma, it's just pattern recognition.
What,
right?
No, but it'd be your pattern recognition.
Yeah,
everyone's got a different
pattern.
pattern.
Here's the thing, right?
Because you do have a lot of guys that, like, if they grew up with a lot of women, then they actually do tend to go towards more women. And if they had like a, if they had bad, right? But if they had a bad relationship, like I have a lot of guys that if they had abuse from men or bullying from men, they actually don't trust the men.
You go immediately to a trauma analysis rather than a logical analysis.
That would be logical. That would be logic.
You make a claim that they think is effective. Women as a category, instant trauma response. Must be trauma. Who hurt you? What happened to you?
Emotional.
What is this thing that that triggered this, right? And it's like, actually, there doesn't always have to be a thing. In fact, there most often isn't. You can just use logic and reason to assess the situations around you based around the social relationships people have and determine that women usually give really bad advice, especially to each other.
She's making me go to the gym with her.
I don't want to go to the gym. I like how I look. I got 4 kids and a wife. Who up getting fine folk? Nobody want me. I went to the gym and heard these old they play football for the college. They said, "What's up, old? What's up, old? You want to work out with us? Can you hang? That's what you call it, old. Bring it." I shouldn't even been over there. You should have seen that they was doing. We had this medicine ball. We throwing it at each other. That shit felt like a transmission. I should have stopped when I threw the ball and snot came out my nose. I'm like, what the fuck? My Fitbit called an ambulance for me. I came in the gym, covered up, say having a heart attack. I'm not getting on that gurney. All these hoes looking at me. Get the away from me. You're embarrassing me. I got right in your face. Go around there and around the corner. I'll be around there in 5 minutes. I can't feel on my right side, but don't come back in here no more. Come in the ambulance, chilling. Won't he do it? We about to leave the gym. She said, let's get in this ice bath. It'll heal your muscles. Bitch, crazy. I'm 60. I get no ice bath. Seals do that. No. You been in an ice bath before? Don't do that. She made me get in. As soon as I got in, bam, my dick went in my body and closed the door. I can't feel my dick. I'm in the ice water looking for it. She said, come on, let's go home. Get up, man. Help me find my dick. It's your
men can just go sleeping around with like 10 women and it's okay, but then if a woman does it, it's like bad.
It's the thin line between fries and shake.
How easy do you think it would be for you to go in there and sleep with 10 guys?
Very easily. Guys willingly will just go up to you.
For the average guy, how easy do you think it would be for him to sleep with 10 women?
If the guy is like some like gorgeous model, maybe he might.
I think if a guy could sleep with 10 women, the reason he's celebrated is because not a lot of guys can sleep with 10 women. Even the ugliest woman can sleep with a guy. So why celebrate you for something that's so easy to do?
That's you, bitch.
Damn.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4. We've got millions of free child places.
What women can't take?
Accountability.
That is correct.
Accountability.
Account of what?
Your wife complained you come home too late? Don't come home at all. Be a man.
Damn.